Glad to have you with us from Malone Stadium in Monroe, Louisiana. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. Louisiana Tech will kick it off and will be underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Louisiana Monroe's offense will have the football first. There are always butterflies to start a game, and when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Firing to the right, complete. Turning it on! They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Fires to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Now, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on 4th down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Touchdown, ULM Monroe! A great catch and run for 6. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They march 79 yards on the drive. And they cap things off with a scoring toss from 27 yards out. He'll return it. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. So the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And here's the big fella, senior tight end. They'll try to feed him today. He's been a really good complementary piece to this passing attack. Out of the gun to give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That is such a nice example of the defense reading and reacting and locating the football on the sweep play. They weren't fooled at all. They knew they were trying to go to the outside. They got leverage, corralled the back, got him down.
Snags it, and there's running room. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver that can do that. That can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
Quick completion to the right. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly to see if he can make somebody miss. It doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time you run that play.
Running inside, it's Miller. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. It's third down, and they have to get it to the 42 to move the sticks. Back to throw, it's Baker. Firing deep. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. Louisiana Tech will have to punt. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And you couldn't ask for much more than that. A perfectly placed punt pins them inside the 5.
And that is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely flip the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield, and now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
He'll try to do it himself. And the laundry drops as the pass falls incomplete. Let's see who the penalty's on. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Line getting set on second down. It's a draw. Got maybe a yard, third down and 9 coming.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now soften them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
He'll pull it down. At the 15, he's loose. Goes out of bounds at the 25, and that's the way to get it out of your own end.
And you gotta lock in on your keys. When they run this kind of offense and they do the replays, somebody has to account for the quarterback, and they forgot who that was, and he made them pay with a big play.
He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Tell you what, that read game really slows you down defensively, kind of makes you play responsibility football. And when you get chunks like that on first down as an offense, I would continue to come back to you.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
The Warhawks are rolling down the field. They're going to go right back to him on first down. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a first down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. Last couple of plays, the offense seems to be just one step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting, because right now they got the run and they got the pass working. So this defense, they're going to have to find something new to kind of confuse this offense.
There's some room.
kind of surprised. That's his first rush of the football game, and they give him the football, and you see why this dude is a baller. Like, give him the ball, he can make people miss, and he can hit home runs, put points on the scoreboard really quickly. Jesse, one touch, one touchdown.
Yeah, and I think the offensive coordinator now is kind of hoping he probably scripted this game a little bit differently. He should have done it on the first drive. He didn't give him any touches, but he's now earned a lot more carries. You're going to see this guy get force-fed now the rest of the game after that run.
Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Miller. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Louisiana Monroe has the edge. Let's take a look at the numbers, and they have jumped out to an impressive start. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. They go right back to him. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
To the air, it's Baker. Going for the big play. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. Louisiana Tech will have to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields to punt, wants to make a play. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. The give on the counter. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, the offense is trying to go counter, but the defense blows it up, and they do it by getting penetration up the middle, setting up the tackle for loss.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Oh, he's got some space. Remember, down where you start the slide, and he'll be short of the line to gain.
Man, that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's...
Runs through a man, he might have some space. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
And man, this is not the plan that they drew up defensively. Like trying to get stops, trying to get them off the field. They finally get them to a third down situation, and they still can't execute. It's a slow start for this defense. They better find some answers because they've already dug themselves a hole.
And the Warhawks with the 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver to the air on first down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And defensive, you think, don't have good hands. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah, I beg to differ.
Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Got a man. It's Wilkerson. At the 40, there he goes. Oh, he found a space up. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
Yeah, we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Warhawks offense onto the field to go on the attack. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So important to keep your concentration. Get off on the snap count, not before it. It's 1st and 15. Gets it out fast. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. From the gun, the running back looking for room. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
Might as well give it to him again. Picks up the 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good 3rd down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you wanted. Like the interception, the turnover, good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Making side adjustments here. Looking downfield on 1st down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
And, man, this dude has been a weapon early in this football game. They just keep finding him. And the matchups are a problem. You want to put a linebacker on him, he's too fast for him. Continues to make catches, continues to chew up yards. You might want to think about putting a safety on him or somebody with a little bit more speed.
Setting up the screen. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown. But you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Offense picking up steam. 1st and 10 from the 31. Wants to throw it again. He's got him in the flat. And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a 1st down.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing the football. He's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
Finds his big tight end. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. The Bulldogs will use their 1st timeout. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. They try to pop a run on the draw. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7. Trying to save time on defense, they use their 2nd timeout. And they're really frustrated having to use that after giving up the 1st down. They'll move the tight end. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. The Bulldogs take their third and final timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. Motion from the wideout. Snagged out of the air. Touchdown, ULM. And they take it in for 6 more points. Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, way to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important, down 2 possessions, David, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And it's such a good opportunity to cut into a 1-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half. Because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Wants to throw. It's Baker. Zings it complete to the right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
Hit as he throws. And he tried to put the touch on it, but it's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
To the air on second down. The sure hands, it's Miller. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Took a shot as he threw. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
Finds his man. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
It's really nice to be a quarterback in today's football when running backs are basically wide receivers. Not only can you split them out, you keep them at running back, nothing open, I dump it to him. Look at that. He makes a big play for me.
Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to throw on first down. Quick completion on the out route. He'll work his way up to the 24-yard line before being shoved out of bounds.
Well, when you're throwing these out routes, guys, it's location, location, location. As a QB, you've got to put that out in front of your guy so he can make the catch. You put that behind him, that might be getting picked. Nice job there by the QB.
And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. One more snap coming before halftime. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete to the left. Finds enough room to get it up to the 44 before he's knocked out of bounds. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. We start with a look at Ohio State taking on the number 3 team, the Indiana Hoosiers.
The Warhawks will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Here comes the Louisiana Tech offense back onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
And the Bulldogs have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Off the play fake. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. Looking for more room. He takes it in. Touchdown, Warhawks. No midseason concentration labs here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. And he's going to try to return this one. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Louisiana Tech starts this drive as the offense goes on the attack. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, it's Baker. Looking down the middle. It's caught. Runs through a man, and he might have space. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
We're in the second half of this game. You're trailing, David. No surprise there. You got to throw the ball to the guys that are making plays for you. He had already had a touchdown catch. That's number 2 now. And if they're going to get back in this game, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
Amen. I mean, keep finding him. He keeps making plays, keeps catching the football. And listen, when you find that matchup outside that works, that you can depend on, I don't blame quarterbacks for going back to them time and time again.
And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. He'll bring it out. It's Walker. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly.
Guys, down on the UL Monroe sideline, there is so much excitement from these players. This has turned into somewhat of a shootout. The offenses continue to score, but I have seen some of the defensive players say, we have got to turn it up right now to see if the offense can answer again or if the defense starts to make a statement. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Third and 6 yards to go. Going to try to get it himself. And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the first down. Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Throws to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Bulldogs! What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
And this defense comes up with another big play, man. They get the pick six. They get the mistake. They've been flying all over the field, playing well with their hair on fire, Palmer, forcing some turnovers, really doing a good job of confusing this QB.
Yeah, and on offense for the quarterback, you've got to stop with the turnovers. Now, obviously, turnovers lose you games. When you allow defensive touchdowns, the analytics show you your losing probability goes way up. Right now, they'd be out comfortably ahead if he would just stop giving the football to the other team. They need to settle him down before he gets back out on the field.
Caught behind the line. It's Walker. Could not make his way to the corner.
It's a really nice job by the cornerback playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball, and this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these rig running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good job getting the tackle, getting him on the ground.
Clock stops momentarily as there is an injured Bulldog on the play. Training staff checking out this junior defensive tackle. We hope this is not serious, and he gets back in the fray shortly. It'll be third and long. Right back to the well. He stopped just inside his own 40. They'll mark it at the 39, and it'll be fourth down. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. So as they take a look at the injured player, we will take a timeout. They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on fourth down. And he makes it past the first down marker, hits the slide, and they'll move the sticks.
Well, how's that for being aggressive? Early in the game, fourth down, in your own territory, and you go for it. And then your offense is able to come up with the big play, generate a ton of momentum, and stay on the field. That is impressive.
Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Throwing right. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be. And he just got too excited.
Ooh, I don't know, guys. Did he hear footsteps running over the middle of the field where all those defenders are lurking? I think that might have got in his head. That might have been a reason why he dropped it.
The run inside. It's Walker. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
And this offense, I don't think this is going to be a surprise. I think the offense is going to stay on the field. You've already seen it once on this drive, and they've already been successful. You know how hard it is to defend when there's an extra down, and they do it over and over again? So I think this offense will continue to stay aggressive like they were in the last fourth down.
Converts on fourth down. Still going. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. And the Warhawks are moving quickly down the field. Got enough for the first. Finding some room. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. Unloads quickly. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. The Warhawks trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. Hauls it in. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Second and goal coming up. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He works his way ever closer, all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
They keep nudging it closer, but now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. Trying to run it in. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, UL Monroe.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Bringing it out. He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets it to the 28. Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Motion from the back. Scanning the field. It's Baker. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And we call his name again. This is the same guy. Remember, he had the defensive touchdown already. Now getting in the backfield, getting to the quarterback, getting the sack. He's been all over the field today.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Put down and an excellent throw, too. Louisiana Tech pushing the tempo.
Man, this has been a fun one to watch, guys. This is quarterback play at a high level. It's fun to watch guys that are executing, that are going through their progressions, making big play after big play. Both these guys, you got to tip your cap because the quarterback play so far today has been absolutely outstanding.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Keeps it on the bootleg. Snagged in the middle. It's Finley. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech. They fought their way all the way back, and it's a one-possession game.
Man, this guy is an elite tight end. This guy is a dude. He keeps making plays like this. We're going to start comparing him to Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. The run after the catch, the big body, the athletic ability. He has it all.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. UL Monroe has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. Quarterback empties his backfield. Looking to throw on first down. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Gets it across the 25. He'll step out at the 26 as this offense tries to grind out some yardage.
Man, that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Get it out on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Running inside, it's Walker. Makes his way out to the 20 before he's stopped, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
And this is a pressing time for this defense. They've got to understand, they're backed up a little bit. They're going to run the football. They don't want to make a mistake. So I think this is the time I'm a little bit more aggressive. I got to get this football back to my offense because I'm trailing. So I look for this defense to get a little bit aggressive.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Fighting off the defender. He is stopped short, and isn't that going to make things interesting?
Man, as a defense, you're like, oh, they're going to draw us offside. They're going to draw us offside. They're not going to go for it. They go for it, and you get the big stop. You've set your offense up. You've turned the momentum. This defense should be feeling really good about themselves.
Catch in the middle. It's Finley. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
This quarterback obviously did a lot of film prep coming into this one. He has been picking this defense apart. With that last completion, guys, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's 1st down. Going to the run. It's Miller. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Winning 1st down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them in more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that 1st down.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Keeps it on the option. Hard running there. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the 1st down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. It's a 1-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. The decision to go for it does not pan out. This offense is so deep, it's teetering on the edge of a safety. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Walker. He'll slither through and pick up 3 and get it out to the 10-yard line.
Late in football games, I have a plan. I want to run the football. I want to put my quarterback in great situations if I do throw it. Low risk, keep that clock moving, get a few 1st downs. And if I get a few 1st downs with that clock moving, I get the W and get out of here.
And ball security at this point is at a premium for this offense. You're backed up in your own end. You've got the lead, so you want to be able to run the football and stay on the field, bleed the clock. But you know the deep...
And he's got room. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down. Timeout called by the Bulldogs. That's their 1st. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. And the Warhawks have it with a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. Trying to save time on defense, they use their 2nd timeout. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Walker. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. Final timeout taken by the Bulldogs. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. 3rd down and 1, and this is why they call it a gut check. To the ground to try to move the chains. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Warhawks are moving quickly down the field. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Wide receiver going in motion. Quick release on the RPO. Give him 9 on that one, sets up a 2nd and 1. If they can pick up a yard here on 2nd down, that might put this one in the books. Reads it, fires complete. There he goes. That'll be a first down, and the last one they'll need as they're going to get the victory in this one.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy late in games that you know you can trust. Game on the line. Just need to get one first down. And Palmer, they could run it. They could play it safe. But they give it to their dude, and he delivers.
And that's a play that they can run in their sleep, too. Something they practice.
Snags it, and he's open. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. And a chance, perhaps, to salt this game away if this offense can pay this off with a late touchdown. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Got his man on the right. Almost in, but they'll say he didn't make it inches away from the touchdown. And the Warhawks want to crank the tempo. And he crosses the goal line for the late touchdown, and that one just might finish this baby off. Game is essentially over right now. You wonder if it's really necessary to jack up the score like this.
It might not be necessary, but it will be forgotten. I can tell you that, because coaches, they don't forget things like this. Late in games, you want to run the score, get that extra touchdown. I'll get the chance in the future to do this back to you. I like it. Just keep it in the back of your mind.
And he's coming out of the end zone. He stopped at the 23, a couple of yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Looking for a man. It's Baker. Oh, they're after him. Trying to get away. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
This has been a presentation.